So guys, I've driven the Lotus Electra many times, and I've said it many times that this is my favorite EV. It may not be the perfect one, but I think it's the best replacement for what I currently have, the RS6, you know. I just put you guys at the back because I really love when you start the car or when you lock the car. Just look at that. And I just love. Is the way the car steers. I mean, as a big car, this is a big car, make no mistake. So one thing you can't have with big cars is that kind of nimbleness, that kind of chuckability of smaller cars. Like I just returned the Proton Irma 7, which is from the same group, but man, that car is agile. Actually, sometimes I'm amazed with Geely Group. Within one group, they have so many brands, and there are so many different software renditions, maps, and all that serves different brands. So you guys can see the LiDAR popping up on top. That's pretty cool. The moment the LiDAR comes up, right, the amount of cars that appear on the screen just increases like tenfold. Initially, it was sort of like camera based, and the software is actually very smart in scanning what's available. But I tell you, when the LiDAR pops up, all the cars start popping up, and it's pretty cool. Yeah. Another thing is the logic of this car with regards to the two pedals behind the steering wheel. Now, this has got to be currently the most beautiful steering wheel in the business, bar none. Any steering wheel that I can think of, none are as nice as this. Oh my god, I just threw my smart tag to the back. Where the hell it went? It's too fast. Because the right pedal, pushing up or down, you cycle through the different driving modes. The left pedal allows you to cycle through basically the regen, how much regen you want. Lovely. See, the LiDAR comes in, it retracts the LiDAR after a while. Brake pedal feels great. Steering feels great. In terms of driving, there's no complaints. This car drives really well. But of course, it's on the sportier setup side of things and on the sophisticated side of things. Given the size of the car, the weight of the car, the mass of the car, and all the sophisticated stuffs on the car, the sensation of driving this is different from that of a very well set up, simple suspension geometry car like that of the Irma 7, the Proton Irma 7. That one, of course, doesn't have all the budget for all these technology in, but of course, the local team did a fantastic job in setting up the car. So that car gives you an immediate sensation of fun driving at below limits. That means you don't push the car too hard. and it's a very rewarding driving experience in terms of how it absorbs the road impurities, how it jumps over speed bumps and all that. In EV terms, okay, don't compare to ICE. In EV terms, that car is done really, really well. I don't expect that kind of same nimbleness, light-footed feeling on a car like this. This is a luxury car. And a luxury car, especially for those people who love driving luxury cars, have their own ride demeanor. Basically, the kind of heft that you feel when you're driving, a very stable, the kind of Teutonic feeling. But of course, to compensate that, they need air suspension, because you want to lower the car, you want to raise the car's height, and all that. Now, and then you have all the active anti-roll bar and all that stuff. So those stuffs allow these kind of cars to go into limits, and you'll still be amazed with how it manages its mass and weight. But nimble and zippy, it ain't. It is not nimble and zippy. All right. You just love the kind of sure-footedness feeling of this type of cars. Like, let's put aside the electric powertrain, whether it's capable or not. This type of feeling is the exact feeling that people get when they have cars like Audi RS, BMW M's, or Panamera for that matter. Like you're barreling down the highway at 300 km/h, Autobahn, say for example, and this type of car gives you that kind of sure-footedness, Yeah. It's not that this car doesn't have its flaws or drawbacks, especially when it comes to parking. Let's say you stop your car and you want the car to slowly creep an inch, and the relationship when your car is creeping or inching about whether going front or going back, together with your brake pedal, that relationship is a very intricate thing that even it may seem very normal in normal cars. It's like, hey, how difficult is that? But somehow this car has that it's not a jerk, it's not a jerk. It's more like that sensation felt like what, it felt like every time you put it to drive or reverse when you are maneuvering in a parking situation, right? The moment you lift off your brake to allow the electric motor to want to slowly roll the car, is as though there is a speed bump, and the feeling feels like there is a speed bump, and then it takes a little bit more effort to go up and then down. That kind of feeling is on this car's drivetrain when you are dealing with parking situations, as in whenever you apply the brakes, the car stops, and when you release your brakes to want the car to slowly inch, it doesn't do the very, very slow rolling. It does the I am trying to roll. So in terms of really minor millimeter level of minor rolling, this car can't do it. It couldn't. No matter how good you are with your brakes, it just has that. So you have to be careful with that. I'm not sure physically what is the situation here, but I suspect this car prioritizes recuperation versus physical calipers being activated. So probably one way of fixing this, because in electric cars, right, apart from the very last moment of stopping, is done by the brake calipers. Most of it is the recuperation happening, the regeneration happening. So if they're able to rewrite the software and put it at, I know why they designed that. They designed that because in traffic jam situations, right, if you couple it with the car's autonomous or pilot assist or traffic jam assist and all that kind of stuff, right, you are able to go through a traffic jam purely by regen and power, right? But if the car's situational awareness allows the car to understand that currently it is in a parking situation and not a traffic jam inching situation, then probably they can just allow you, your brake pedal, to directly connect to the calipers physically. I know this is such a small thing and I spent like a good 5 minutes on this, but that is the only thing that I felt, hey, it could have been done better on this part. Okay, there is another thing though. I'm now in sport mode. There is no Sport Plus. The sportier setting is Sport. Okay, I still feel that in Sport, the suspension, especially this one, you see, I let it go up, come down. I wish it has a little bit more resistance when it comes to compression as sports. I know sometimes you have B roads and all that, you want the car still be able to soak up certain stuff, but this is a heavy car. It does it really well. Okay, mind you, it does it really well already. It's just that that's a small thing, you know. Sometimes I wish that, I want to fly over speed bump, and when I fly over, I want it to land properly and not have too excessive of a compression in sport mode. That basically I want it to be a little bit more jarring. But that's asking too much. Okay, this is, at the end of the day, this is not a sports car. It allows you some enthusiastic mountain road driving because this car steers really well. It's very balanced, very neutral. But EVs are like that, right? You have the whole weight of the battery pushing down the car at the very lowest point, so center of gravity is fantastic on cars like these. And whatever I talk about, right, the reason I like this car is purely because of how it looks on the outside and how it looks on the inside, right? It is such a gorgeous car. Don't you think so? Don't you think this is a very, very beautiful car? Gorgeous. What else did I notice can be improved? The air conditioning unit, in terms of the air vents, were controlled by electronic actuators, right? So you choose the airflow from the screen and then it will follow you. But don't you think that it should have a sweeping function? Maybe it has. Until now, I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the sweeping function. Is there auto? Nope. Sync, blah blah. I can press auto, but it doesn't affect the airflow. All it does is to automatically adjust the temperature and the fan speed. Now back to the fan speed. The fan speed, somehow there is only low, medium, high. I do not know why there is no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is a very capable air conditioning unit. It is extremely powerful if it wants to, but there is only 3 steps: low, medium, high. I may be wrong, but so far I don't see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All I see is low, medium, high. Pop, pop, pop. It's a giant step between 3. So that's a very interesting take as well. All right. Yeah, these are just the few things that I noticed. Other than that, is perfect. How would I spec the car? I'm really inclining to go with black now, having seen how good this car looks in black. It just brings out the... doesn't so much bring out all the lines of the car as nice as the Kaimu Grey. The Kaimu Grey is a very interesting color. Grey predominantly. Anywhere there's sunlight directly hitting the car, it shines a beautiful pink hue. Ooh, turning circle is fantastic. Yeah. The Kaimu Grey is definitely beautiful, but this one in black, together with that single thin brake light running across the back with that enclosure, that whole design is, yeah, it's just like freaking Darth Vader, or Dark Knight, whatever you want to call it. It's gorgeous. There is a menacing look to it, and I just love how it looks. And of course, another thing is the design of its interior. The interior, they are not just penning around. When they pen this car together with the Evija, together with the Emira and all that, right, there is a very cohesive family design language that you can see, and I think they did a fantastic job at it. Especially the rear end of the car, that the whole shape with the line running through is repeated. That whole design is repeated as the aircon vents in the front and on the rear. That is such a fantastic thing. If I change the ambient lights to red color, it will be exactly like looking at the rear of the car. It is gorgeous. Outright gorgeous. Yeah. Later I'll show you guys, alright? So, should you buy this? Yeah, man. If you think about luxury EVs, right? Luxury EVs out there, right? You have your i7, you have the EQS, and then you have the Taycan at this price point, and then the Electra, this one. I would say this is the best buy out of all of them. The most comfortable one is definitely the 7 Series because it's softly sprung, and all that. The EQS is not uncomfortable, but in terms of interior build, the size of the car and all that, and the way that thing looks, ugh. Don't talk about how it drives and all that. Yeah, this is the best. And you look at the resale value of this one. Strong, man. That's the difference with enthusiast brands with regular brands. The resale value of this is strong. Look at it. So I think for top end EVs, you have to look at the Emeya and the Electra. The Emeya, oh, the Emeya, that is another, you can drive that thing like a Taycan, right? It steers sharp and looks good, but there's one thing that the car has the Taycan doesn't: space. The Taycan at the end of the day is still a very small car. Interior room and all that is tight, right? Interior room is like the previous generation 3 Series. The Emeya interior is straight up Panamera size, and you don't lose out when you buy the Emeya over the Electra because interior room is the same, which is very spacious. That's a packaging miracle, that car, So you feel slender and low, but it is spacious inside. It is comfortable. And even in terms of headroom and all that, you don't lose out in that car versus this one. So I really think more people should look at Lotus. Even if you want a luxury car, go to Lotus and give them a try, because you will be genuinely amazed with what they have achieved. The traffic jam assist, the ACC, ICC and all that is one of the best, industry's best. Why? Because it's from Geely Group. Why? Because Volvo is there. Volvo is there from the early onset. That's why I like their logic. Geely Group's ICC logic is, as for what we have in Malaysia as of now, I would say the best. For their ICC logic, the adaptive cruise control, traffic jam assist and all that, right? They don't panic, and they do things really well. Situational awareness is great. Yeah, let's give you guys a refresh on how the car looks. Okay, first stop, let me lock the car first, so that when I unlock it, you'll be able to see the car's design features. All right, unlock. I want you to look at the back. Spoiler comes up and then turns back to red light. It is super cool. Very, very, very cool. And this whole design, this whole enclosure, which includes this that pulls air out of the wheel well. You see those little fins over there? Yeah, those little fins there to divert the air. Look at that, right? And this whole thing is repeated in its interior, right? I've changed the ambient lighting to red color so that you can see this is exactly the rear design of the car. How cool is that? How cool is this? And this is also repeated here. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Front and back. It is so nice. All right, and then, oh no, let me open the doors again. How many SUV has a flying buttress? Look at that. That pulls air out of the rear. Can you see my fingers over there? All right, on this side. So the air that is like laminating on the side of the glass area is being pulled off here. All right, diverted there, and of course they are diverted by this as well. This acts like a fin, and see this shape? The air is also being pulled to here. All right, and then the wipers sort of sit below this one. You see this little thing that juts up? It pulls air over the wiper so it doesn't create turbulence. And then here, it is so nice to be able to see the reflections of the road inside here. Those are reflections, okay? And then if I come down here, look at that. How cool is that? Basically, the whole car is sculpted around the wind. See the front part as well? That pulls air over the wheel well as well. And these little triangle bits, they open and close depending on when the car needs heat or not. You tell me, in terms of highest end luxury EVs, which is built this way? None. This car, right, is like the dream of the British team sculpting and designing the car, and the Chinese team in Wuhan said, no problem, we'll build it. Right? And look at the aero, this part that pulls like that, reminiscent of F1, right? And it's just so nice seeing this light up. And of course, the main headlight cluster that does the job of lighting up the streets is this. So I just love the separation of headlights and daytime running lights. It liberates car design so much. People who say they hate this have no idea about car design at all. They have no knowledge about car design, saying that we hate separated headlights. No. you switch their roles, because in most of the time you don't need them. They're only needed at night. All right, you need your daytime running lights, and you need to, you know, express the character of your car, and having a separated daytime running cluster liberates car designers. They can do so much more. All right, and of course, when the LiDAR comes up, this pops out as well. That's the charging port, cameras, lots of cameras on this car. And I just love the shape of the car, right? Especially the tail end. Now, and again, I've driven many Lotus Electras, from the Kaimu Grey to the yellow one. I've seen the green one as well. But I have to say, man, this design, the way this car is sculpted, black, is now my favorite. It just looks so menacing, especially with that blade, like it's like being carved, being sliced by a laser beam, you know. That tail light that just runs across like that is epic. Now, when you're buying the car, there's a lot of things that you can spec. Wheels, of course, caliper colors, of course, carbon ceramic or not, depends on which spec you pick. You know, the carbon little boot lid, what do you call this? Ducktail, all right? And some can splurge money on the top part to go carbon as well. And then I would say this car, in terms of interior build, amongst the highest end luxury EVs in Malaysia, I would say this is the best interior. Yep, it is the best interior. It is super well built. It is built on a different philosophy, not so much like the Germans in terms of, you know, like i7, EQS. EQS has the worst build, right? And then the Taycan. Taycan is also rather plasticky, but all right in terms of build. This is built like an Aston Martin. The way this car is built, the generous usage of metal stuffs, parts, and all that. It's nice. You can lower and heighten the car using these buttons. You have your 12-volt socket over here. Go check out your German cars, 12-volt socket cover. I know when you have these things, they might break down the road, but hey, it's a more expensive thing to begin with. And of course, you can pull this out. This is like a parcel shelf. All right, this is a shelf instead of a tonneau cover. No choice. Should I pull that thing out? Is it supposed to go up? No, it's just supposed to be like that. Yeah, anyway, it's supposed to cover this part. Yeah, perfectly seamlessly. This one is stable. It doesn't flutter around when you drive fast. You know, you have your tonneau cover, which is a very heavy thing. And then, of course, the one you pull is lighter than this. But overall weight, the tonneau cover is heavier, right? But having a tonneau cover over here means when you do hard driving, sometimes you jump over something, you may bounce the thing and the whole thing retracts. Those where this has happened to their RS6, please put your hands up. Okay, but having something like this, it is stable the whole journey and it's quiet. It doesn't flutter around. So that's the main purpose of having this, and it looks good. It looks good. All right. In terms of storage, you pull the whole thing out, you flip it around or whatnot, it's flat compared to a tonneau cover, which is a giant stick. Of course, certain cars, they design places to store the tonneau cover. All right. There's some hook points over here. All these are finished in suede, not Alcantara. It feels like suede. It may be Alcantara, it may be suede, never mind. It feels good, right? Speaker grills are here, the CAF speakers, all right? And these are metallic, brushed aluminium, very nice. If I were to nitpick, probably more stuffs in this boot can be added, you know, or on the 5-seater one, maybe they can do a recline, but it's very nice. All right, this is the 5-seater. This is not the individual seat luxury 4-seater version. So maybe the 5-seater, they can have some release mechanism being added so that you can pop the seats down when you're here. right? And it's just so nice looking at that. And then you have an additional cover here that matches this part. So when you close the boot, this entire boot becomes an enclosure. That means the noise generated from the rear suspension and all that sort of being contained here. That's why this car is so quiet, because of this, and of course this one as well. And the generous appointment of carpets and all that actually absorbs a lot of sound. Okay, now I'll go to the rear seats first. The other day I was showing the power operated. Alright, if you leave it at this and then putting down will feel luxurious later. Let's come inside first. Okay, it's a very spacious car. Yeah, I pretend I can recline by pulling it up first. Okay. Let me open the window so I get more lights in. Yeah, because this one isn't spec with a panoramic roof. So for me, if I'm buying this, I'll definitely spec a panoramic roof. I'm someone who must have a panoramic roof. Okay, let's look at the interior space of this car. Of course, for my family, I would spec the four-seater. Four-seater, you have the giant tunnel at the back here, and then your seats can recline more and all that. All right, but the bench seating one, which is suitable for families with, like, you have 3 children, then of course you will pick this one, right? You won't pick the four-seater. But this is still very nicely appointed. Okay, let's go through. Beautiful leather, and then there's a mixture of materials. Look at this. This is, you can't tell from the camera, but halfway through the leather, this part is suede or Alcantara. Let me brush this side so you can see the color differences. I seldom see car seats so intricate, having 2 materials. Okay, there are, but they usually put it on the side and all that. But this one, putting it here, is very nice, very nice. And then you have these gold accents. Now, when you spec the car, you can choose whether you want the car's jewelry to be in gold or in silver, as in the normal chrome. So when you pick gold, you will see this is gold. Oh, that's a nice Lotus emblem over there. You will see all these in gold. Not real gold, but the gold color, which is very nice. I will definitely pick gold over the usual ones. And then all these window buttons, window switches, they're all in gold. Somehow this isn't. Did they miss this out? Look at the shape of this. Put it sideways, it is the design of the car, the air vents. This is in gold color as well, very nice. This is not. Maybe too much cost to have another set, okay? But all these are gold. And then even these linings over here are in gold, all right? Now, the inlays of this car is interesting. I've never seen this pattern of material. I don't know, I mean, it feels like plastic. Also sort of feels like wood. But it's a nice material that I will be curious. Okay, I mean, I would spec wood over carbon fiber because I think wood is prettier than carbon fiber and requires less maintenance in long run. Carbon fiber will turn yellow, especially those with a lacquer finishing. Right? Door bins are nice. Everything is covered in leather. Everything inside is covered in leather or felt. It's finished really, really well. Right, leather goes all the way down the whole B pillar, all the way here, aluminum plates. So this is what I call the Aston or Bentley levels of finishing. Even this thing, this enclosure for your seat controls, the cover is wrapped in leather. This is leather wrapping, this is plastic, this is plastic, this is leather wrap, this is also leather wrap. Oh. Very, very nicely finished. All the way down, leather, all the way down, all these areas. Even S-Class don't do that. 7 Series also don't do that. They will leave it in plastic. This material is also interesting. This is fabric. Also very nice. Yeah. This is finished in fabric, at top of some form of tough fabric. And in terms of leg room, it's fantastic. It's a flat floor and all that. A lot of room. And let's... not bad lah, huh? When you go all the way down. Not super low. Yeah, and then look at the seat belt enclosure. It's not plastic, it's metal as well. Very nicely appointed. And let me close the window so you don't get bothered by the white balance. Okay, I'll switch on this side's light. See this one? I'm sure you guys can see it. Look at the leather stitch. It's so nice. The jewelry, the metal. And this is actually a speaker grill that houses the light as well. So nice. And the sound system of this car is epic, right? The CAF sound system, one of the best in the business as well. You can adjust your seatbelt height at the back. So that's the thing. Wait, where's my... Oh, I haven't pulled this down. Oh, this is gold as well. Woohoo! Very nice. There's some ports over here. There are no USB ports at the back here. Okay. Did I miss out any? Are there any ports over here? I don't see them. Are they hidden here? No. Yeah, that's one thing I felt about this car. That I can see a lot of spaces where improvements can be made. Maybe needs to... Oh, it's here. So cute. In the middle here, down here, the USB-C ports are here. Interesting. Not the most obvious place, but also pretty logical, because if you put your USB ports here, you have to like pull across, right? And sometimes you park at a place where both kids have to exit from the same door. Let's say you park at the roadside, right? Then you have the cables and all that. But if it's here, it's more logical actually. Smart. But can you add one more port, given this is a bench? That means there are chances where 3 kids are sitting there. These are dual pane glasses. Very nice. Very soundproofing. Yep. So that's the front passenger compartment. Again, the materials are fantastic. Gold accents over here. This is nice. See? The child lock buttons are here, not here. When it's here, you accidentally press it, right? And then the gold accents over here as well. Very nicely done. Emergency physical door handle to open the doors instead of the electronic release button. And then you have your boot opener here. And then these are the seat controls. Oh, so nice. When I put my hand here, it's cold to the touch. So nice. All these are slightly cold as well. All right, again, gold. And then this is finished in gold. So nice. The design of it. These are, this is to extend the thigh support over here. Look at that, how much it can come out to. So nice, right? Yeah, especially on long distance drive. It's so comfortable. All right, and I love the seat adjustments. Look at that. To be able to adjust the seat like that, that's the best. All right, and this one is for your lumbar. All right, and these seats, they are aircon and massage sport seats. Super duper nice. All right, you have the gold accents over here as well. The headrests. The leather feels great in this car. Everything here is leather. Everything is leather. Everywhere you touch is leather. No plastics. Leather. Well, they ought to wrap this in leather as well if they like it. Super nice. And then this is Alcantara or suede. Okay. And then here you have the CAF sound system. Now if you spec the highest CAF sound system, this part will be occupied by this speaker. If you don't, then it will be under storage. Okay? Now you look at the pedals, right? So nice, right? The metal accents, and then here you have the pattern that is repeated, the diamond pattern across the whole car, even the speaker grills, right? Even the speaker grills, and then the front air vent, right? Let's come inside. See the Lotus logo, super nice, nicely finished. They know where to brand their stuffs as well. If I open the door, see here, Pioneer since 1948. That's Lotus for you. And then the best steering wheel in the business, right? It's just utterly beautiful. Now all these buttons are in gold accents. If you spec gold, right? I know this thing is plastic, but it is of such solidity that I just love running my fingers on it. Of course, if it is metal, it will be cooler, but metal also means it will be very, very hot in the hot sun. So this is a good material choice, right? And the plating on it is excellent. Lotus logo. The steering wheel is just gorgeous. Of course, if these are also finished in these material or these material, they would look a lot better. Now they look, the only part that looks cheap in this car is this and this. It's as though they have molded the part ready to be made like that, but they somehow didn't plate it. Okay, but nevertheless, they work well, they work fantastic. Another thing that I love is this. They have a lot of materials here that blends the perception, whether it's metal or whether it's plastic, you know. It's a fantastic material that looks like metal, feels like metal, but I think it is plastic. Some high quality stuff, same like this one, that runs all the way, single strip, doesn't end all the way to that side. You can't touch any seams. All right, the front, the top as well. This is such, you see, water actually condensate on top. So is it true metal? Maybe I no longer can tell. You know, they have a lot of advanced materials. All right, and this one is the ambient lighting. So you can tell the designers have a very, very strong sense of intent when they are designing this. All right, it's just, it integrates so well. It serves as an interior design item, and the material surface of this one in the middle, because it's smooth, it reflects light, and then it reflects the pattern here from the top and the bottom. It reflects it. So it is such an intricate design detail, especially at night. The way it reflects and emanates the ambient lighting looks so good. I tell you, it looks brilliant at night, and it runs across the cabin. Not too bright, not too annoying, just nice. And then you have all the needed information down here and over here as well. Here the passenger can swipe the screen to go next song, previous song. Okay, here you have the CAF sound system molded into the part instead of a standalone. All right, and then CAF as well, and then yeah, it's just super nice. And then look at the this one. This is probably suede, yeah, because it feels exactly like the suede in my Aston Martin. And then you have the stitches over here. It's such a nice way of stitching. And then look at the lights. The diffuse lighting is just another grade, right? It feels so nice. So this one on the front one, frameless. Okay, and then this is so nice to the touch. Very nice to the touch. And then at this part where nobody noticed, there's a very nice satin chrome enclosure for this. Now the early batch one, this one can fold down, but it's proven to be pointless anyway, so they took it out. Okay, you have your cup holders here that if you're not in use, you can raise them up, and then completes your armrest. But when you need them, just press them down with your drinks or whatnot. Okay, and then you have this. Look at that, feels so good. Feels so good. Yeah, imagine they are in gold. They will look good as well, right? Maybe a bit too much. You get 2 USB-C ports inside here, and then a 12-volt socket. Split opening has proven to be the best armrest mechanism. Why? When she is sleeping with her arm here, and I need to grab something, I still can. You see, imagine the hand is here. I still have access. See? Or if I'm driving, she wants to access. Oops, she still can access. No other mechanism is better. You know those open both sides? Dumb. Those that open here, dumbers. Why? Because when you open this side, rear passenger have no visibility on stuffs. So this is the best. It doesn't obstruct the driver. It only takes up this much space. Imagine this whole thing opening up. It's this high, right? Opening up is this high. Yep. Anyway, please car makers, don't bother with any other mechanism. This is the best, bar none. Logic, just like this one, won't be a shutter grille, won't open up here. Everyone has agreed the best is to open up downwards. Hey, does this car even have a... Oh yeah, does it? Does it have a glove box? Does it? Did I miss the button somewhere? Is sophisticated, electrically powered and released? No way. Does it not? Does it not have a glove box? If it has, or if it doesn't, but why? All of a sudden, I'm intrigued. I can't recall. Oh, what an idiot is here. Yeah, I remember it has. I'm sorry. Too many stuffs. Yeah, some shortcut buttons over here. Door lock and unlock is here in the middle. Perfect. Okay, this too can be customized to adjust. If you want to adjust the temperature, or if you want to adjust the wind volume. Of course, as Malaysians, we prefer to adjust the wind volume, but somehow this car only has low, medium, high. High is... Why do I see a number there? 0. And then low, yeah. But I'm just curious, why not more intricate numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I know it's faster, low, medium, high, and just have to get used to it. All right, maybe they want you to go back to driving. Immediately you get more air, more air. All, yeah, and then you can continue driving. All right, halfway through Sepang, turn 4, more air, and then you continue instead of more. Yeah, probably that's the reason. Sorry, very lame. But hey, am I right? Turn 4, more air, and then turn 5. Compared to turn 4, more. 5, 6, yeah. Sorry. Very lame. I'm sorry. But you get what I mean. You can go temperature, or you can go air volume. All right? Yeah, the pedals. I love it. Okay, you start the car, it's always in maximum regen. And then you lower the regen. I always lower 2 times. 3 times means off, no regen at all. Okay, I always lower 2 times. And I love this. Why? Because let's say you're in the lower one, right? And then you're driving, and then sometimes you can use this to pretend you are downshifting, pa pa, and then the car just drags. It's super cool, super duper cool. And then this one is your drive mode. Pull it up once, and then you go into individual, down, sport, tour, range, off-road, and then it cycles. It's perfect, it cycles, right? It's not like you go all the way down, you need to go back all the way up. So sport, when you click sport, immediately your bolsters clamp you in. I'll try and see if you guys can see here. I go back to tour. Yeah, it's not visible, right? It's not visible. Is it visible here? Wait. It does, right? Wait. Is it because it doesn't detect the passenger? Can't be that smart, right? Okay, I'll try again. Look at this part. Yeah, it's obvious, but the one on the side doesn't. When no one is sitting, it won't do it. Wow, so clever. Okay, I love the graphics. I love the graphics. Just look at the graphics. It's so nice. Ride height, low or lowest. You know, you can. I mean, it goes back really quick, huh? All right. In terms of the screen, very straightforward. You have your shortcut keys over here, and then of course you go into settings. Instead of some cars aligned here, this one is lined on top, which is pretty logical. You know, both sides can use them. You click vehicle, and then you're here. The walk up, unlock, walk away, lock, all that is adjusted over here. Your lights, straightforward, interior light or exterior light. You see, what I like about them is that when you are in different places, it will change to that. The logic is fantastic. The logic of this is fantastic, right? If you're adjusting different things and they need the visuals to depict it, they will do it, right? Sound, you want spatial, stage, and all that. So nice, and there's explanation as well. It's just lovely, and then you can individually select the volume, media, navigation, ringtone, and voice assistant. Clever. All right, displays, center display, you want to turn it off, or cleaning mode and all that. See how smart is that? Lovely, right? Tell me, if you look at this, is this easier to use, or your BMW iDrive, or your Porsche system, or your Mercedes system? This is way easier, way easier. You can access everything straight up. All right, so I guess that's my video for this black Electra, which I absolutely love. Please buy more so people like us, and please buy more Lotus Electra Emeya out there, and make sure you PPF your car, you wrap them, you coat them, you take care of them, wash them every week. Take good care of your cars so that we can buy it later. Thank you so much. All right, I definitely want either an Emeya or Electra, probably Electra, because me and my wife both love this design a lot. Yeah, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, but I'll wait. I think, no, it's not that I'll wait. I can't afford now. Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it. I just love this car. I love this car. Of course, I secretly wish there is a coil spring version of this, and the setup is as good as the Irma 7. Yeah, just get some freaking talented British engineer and tell them we want coil spring, non-adjustable, but perfectly balanced, perfect suspension, and spend the time and create one. Oh, that would be gold standard. Yeah. All right, cheers.